Hey everyone, welcome back to the Model Factory. So we're back making an update here on this AMT 2013 Camaro ZL1. And I know I've been away for a little bit, so hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving and all of that. I've been kind of under the weather this last week and trying to get over this junk that's hanging on. But we've had some time to get out here and do a little work on this project. So where we're at on this is you can see we've gotten the body all polished and wet sanded and everything. Got it all smoothed out, looking really good. We did get some of the trim and molding on it painted along the bottom here. We got the rear fascia, the bottom of the bumper, it goes around the exhaust tips and everything, and then on the front we got that painted. We got all of the window trim on the sides painted and ready for the windows to be applied and everything. And right now this thing is just sitting mocked up as far as the wheels. They're still not attached or anything. We've got it sitting on the chassis, which still needs to be painted also. But the body on this thing is looking really, really good. Really happy with how it turned out. What I have been working on is the brakes. These are some parts box rotors and brakes that I found, and I liked how these looked better than the factory ones, so I decided to go with these, and they fit really well with these wheels. But one thing I had to do to get them to work is they didn't have a hub on the back of them that was long enough to attach to the axles that are on this car. With this being a curbside kit, it actually has just molded in axles and everything. So for this to work, what I did is I cut off the hub, which is the white area that you see on the back there. That is the hub that was on the brakes that came with this kit, which are these right here, and they're just real lackluster, so I cut that off of the back there, and then I attached it to these brakes, which then fit right in. There's a little tab, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get my fingers out of the way here. There's a little tab on there. Maybe you can catch it somewhere right there. That basically slides into place on these axles on this car, and so by putting those hubs on there, it allows these brakes and wheels to just plug right in to the chassis, and I don't have to do really any customization to the chassis at all. Now I have also been working on the interior tub on this and getting it ready to be installed, and like I told you guys in my previous video, this actually has a pretty nice interior to go with it. It's got a lot more to it than I anticipated for an AMT kit. The detail is pretty good on it. I wouldn't say that it's just amazing, or it's up to any kind of like Tamiya or something like that level, but I do feel like they did a very good job with the interior on this. So this is the main tub right here. And as you can see, I've got the side panels on, and it's got the area here that goes up over the rear quarter window. I thought that was a nice touch. We've got the back seat installed there, and then we have the center console installed as well, and then we did a little bit of flocking for the carpet. You probably won't see it, but I just like doing it. Adds a little bit more realism to it. We did paint in on the rear seats. If you can see the two little red dots there, those are the seat belt clips, or whatever you call that part of the seat belt. Anyway, those are that part of it there. Here's the dash, and we've got the decals applied to it. You have your radio decal, and then you've got the gauge decals inside of there. One thing I will say is on this kit, I've not been very impressed with the decals. This is the decal sheet here, and I've used some of them already, and the decals are very thin, so they're very easy to tear. And then a few of the decals, like the Chevy emblem, the small Chevy emblem that's supposed to go on the steering wheel, when you take it off of the sheet, when you pull it off, when you get it wet, and then you go to slide it off of the sheet and put it onto the steering wheel. I don't know if it's because of the way they're printed or what, but they just don't show up at all. It's almost like as if, you know, they're like the decals that you print on your home inkjet printer. There's just not enough color on them. They're almost transparent when you pull them off. And so like some of them work just fine and some of them you cannot see at all. So I ran into a couple of issues with that. Couple of decals are unusable for that reason because they do not show up. So just a forewarning on that the decals are semi-par okay, and some of them work and some don't. One thing that I was impressed by with the decals is that they gave you extras. So like there's 2 sets of the gauge decals. There's 6 of the ZL1 logo decals, which you only need 3. There's 4 of the little ZL1 seat decals. You know, they give you 4 of the Chevy bow tie decal, which is, you only need 2 of those. So it's really cool. There's extras on there that you can use for other kits if you know, should need to, which I thought is a nice touch. Or, you know, if you happen to mess one up, you're not just out of luck because that's the only one available. Here's the headliner, which is nice. Now, they do have a molded in, looks like, you know, for a sunroof. This kit doesn't have a sunroof, so I don't know if that's just carryover from another kit or something. But it's still, you know, you're not really going to see that because it's going to be up in the top of the interior. So anyway, guys, that's where we're at. That's what's going on. That's where this build has progressed to. We're going to start working on the chassis of this and getting it all painted up and everything. And then we'll be moving right along and hopefully have this thing finished up before Christmas. So all right, everybody. You know, happy December. This is the last month of the year. It's time to finish off the 2017 builds and get ready for the new year coming. And you know, get all the new ideas and everything put together for this coming year. All right, everybody. That's it. Stay tuned for another update coming soon. Like I always say, just keep building those awesome models, everybody. Keep the inspiration coming. Eat, sleep, styrene, and I'll see you all in the next video.